Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Transport Fever. Last time we were setting up our kind of large transportation depot so that we can get goods shipped to either the left mountainside or the right mountainside currently and their set of towns. And this episode, what I want to do is try to utilize this a little bit more and grow upon its capabilities, because right now we're only using one side, right? We're only sending trains this direction. I would like to send trains the other direction as well. I think that would be very beneficial for us. So what I am going to do is probably try and start shipping maybe some goods or some other services down into Hail Zone. Now this was, or technically still is, kind of our main hub kind of town, right? Because there's a lot of big buildings kind of slowly getting developed here. They're progressing really well, and they have this nice U shape going along through there. Do we have a stop train? What is going on here, fellas? Turn around. Get going. Off you go. So we're having a little bit of a construction material shortage coming down to Hail Zone, simply due to a lot of that's getting kind of bypassed and thrown off here. And with that, I mean, we're getting some good construction materials up to this local town, and then up all the way up through the mountains, basically, is construction material is going up here. But I think we're going to need some other things. I wouldn't mind starting to get machinery or some goods or some tools at some point, because we're not really covering a whole bunch of variety of industries. So that's something I want to look at, because over here you can see we have a steel mill, and I wouldn't mind turning this steel here into a resource. Now we just have to find a kind of a resource that we can use for that. Tools might be the simplest. So you can see this kind of just tool product requires either 2 wood or 1 steel. So what I might do is just ship a whole bunch of steel up here, and then that back down to be kind of divvied out at another date. Is there perhaps another tool making facility? There is. So this machine factory as well, and our trains were pretty light through this area. So what I might do is completely rework all of this and start going up this way, so that we can get trains not only providing us with food here, which is slowly dwindling, right? The economy is going a little rough in this area. It's providing us oil and animals. I would like to, start shipping coal and iron out in this local area, get that to the mill, and then from the mill, just basically back up to here. So let's go ahead and start at the machine factory. So we're just going to grab a freight station, and this is going to be the end of the line type of deal, at least for now and the foreseeable future on this one. So we'll just rotate this about yay, and let's see, is that going to give us good enough run up? I might not, so I might have to do something more drastic, something more like that. And let's go ahead and up the number of tracks to 2, so we can do a receipt inbound and outbound lane out of this place. Platform length 160. That's about how our longest trains are now anyways. Okay, get that line up, and there we go. So that is a good little freight station to be used. And we'll go ahead and suppose we'll just start getting some track. Now, should I do it on the left side or the right side? If we do it on the left side, we might have some more room to kind of run track. So just go ahead and start here. Should be fine to do. All right. And let's go ahead and get this crossing set up. Sometimes it's best to get kind of all your level crossings where they need to be first, and then do everything else. So if we upgrade this, kind of make this a little bit smoother so the level crossing doesn't totally destroy this road. So let's just keep it straight to there. Straight to there. That is all curved. I don't know what kind of straight road I'm trying to make there. So here. There we go. So that is a good crossing. Currently the cars are a little confused because they're like, or is there a train coming? No. No train a-coming down the mountain where she goes. Okay, so let's get an angled crossing, I would say. I would like something a little bit curved to go across here. This is going to, one, keep the train speed up a little bit higher. All right. And then we'll go back to basically parallel to the road here. So essentially we just have to kind of hook these up now. Construction's not possible. I don't believe you. Okay, maybe I do believe you. What if I say I did believe you? Okay, let's do this to there. There we go. That's fine. It's a little weird looking, but that's what happens sometimes when you create these things. So this will go... let's go straight for a little bit longer here. Just maintain that speed. And then this is just simply going to rejoin the main line that's going down towards the river there. This on this section of track... gonna try and cross the road up there. Nice, gentle curves, which is exactly what we wanted. Ooh. It doesn't like that bend at all, does it? So what I'll do is kind of cut away the hillside a little bit. And then we should be able to, yes, now we can get that to bend around. Sometimes just trying to change the radius of these things works the best. So we have that going up to there. Which is interesting, there's a plastics factory and two goods factories, so, you know, this might end up being a busy kind of intersection. And what I might end up doing is simply... should I use cars for this distance? And do some sort of cargo hub here? That way plastics, goods, and tools can go be shipped out here and then received. Now that I'm looking at it, that would be a good hub location. What I think that's what we're gonna do. So let me increase this and turn on our height lines real quick. Okay. So what I need is some rail freight. All right. I'm gonna flip it around. And we're gonna increase the platforms to like 4. We're gonna do something like that because this might get a little busy in the long run. All right, and then on the other side of the rail platform, what I'll do is I'll just set up 2 car depots here. One inbound, one outbound. Let's give this a little bit more separation. We basically have infinite money at this point because of the profits that we're bringing in. So let's try and make this as nice as possible. What I wouldn't mind seeing is basically almost like a utility road to break off. And then go either way depending on how the traffic is looking. So let's try and get these more back to back. Actually, let's upgrade this. Yeah, that's what we might have to do. Alright. Let's try and get possibly a road. To sit straight here. And then line the back up to the larger depots to either side of it. Very similar to this. We have to rework the road too. Alright, now this is really future-proofing this depot. So we got all of those. Let's rework this road. Try and square this up a bit. Alright. So, I want a large road to go by these. Alright. Plenty of room to navigate across multiple lanes there. And then I want a medium road. Is that right either? I don't know if that's right. Oh, come on, train station. You're killing me. Let's first off try for that kind of shape through here. Give this a bit of a run up. Too much curvature. There's such a thing. And then over to here. Alright, and then over to here. And then I'm gonna try and center up the train station to this area. That means I can get rid of this. And what I really might do, will it let me though? Nah. I don't think it will now. I might do something like that. Go. Because this way we don't know. This way this street can go to receiving and departures kind of at the same time. This one can naturally kind of do that. Let's see if we can upgrade that all the way. That'd be good. This magic straighten out this road a bit. I think that's fine. Let's then get, finally, the train station back. My goodness. So it can service both of those. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's rework this whole section. I want a lot of room here for merging. So you don't want any major slowdowns. You don't want blockage of the road or anything like that. So let's go ahead and go straight about $12,000. All right. Make these match as much as possible. Okay. No, I don't like that. Splitting it down the middle is okay to do, but really I much prefer to do probably that. And then we'll try and get this kind of straight over to the track. All right. Get kind of back to an even area. Doesn't really like that. Hold on. Alright, let's start like this then. And then go up. Yeah, I think that's better. Alright. And then, as far as we can go, to try and get this crossover to work. Yep, that works. And then we'll probably have our station gonna choose here at this point on both sections. All right, that's looking fine. Plan this out a bit. This. And just simply try to get this to curve with the rail a little bit. Make it follow. Alright, a vehicle depot here. Basically just need an inbound outbound lane, so nothing more than that really. Should be fine on traffic. I guess same thing over here, because in the long term we'll be using it. Alright. It's pretty good. That's a nice new little depot. Probably gonna change this up a bit. It's kind of S-curving a bit more than I wanted it to. Terrain alignment? How dare you? Use the flatten tool. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so that side's fine. Let's do this. Alright. And here to here. And here to there. Okay. It's kind of the road setup right now. That's okay. And this, that's fine. Granted, this is still really bendy. We don't need that much of a bend. Yep, okay. Good. Alright, let's hook this up to this main rail. Cool. And then flatten out this terrain. Much as possible here. Alright. And now we are essentially free to bring this back. Curve 1. And then curve 2. So this farm is still hooked up just fine. It does single track for a little bit, but basically once this thing kind of gets on the other side, it should be okay for these trains to leave. Okay, so that is a big new route going up through here, which will eventually end in like a new depot, probably. Ew. Ugly. Don't like that at all. Make that run up good enough. Let's smooth this out again. Let's figure out where we want the actual depot to be. Probably pretty far, simply so we can have enough room here to switch all the tracks to it. Tell you what, let's do that. And let's see if we can kind of get these to go over before they merge. There we go. That's a bit better. Smooth this out a bit though. Alright, so that's a large depot to carry all of our goods, so we will start using that shortly. I do have to rework basically this whole junction before we start planning out these routes. Okay, no warnings or anything. So as you guys probably know, this whole S-bend and mountainside thing has always just not been great looking. So what I'll probably do, I might see if I can run it a bit different. It's gonna be a tough one though. I mean, do I have to rework this? I think I do, just simply due to these two items. I might need just a depot, to be honest. And if I can get away with just that, then we can cut down on the rails. We're gonna shift things over. And if I just do vehicles for these two items, and say, and even the bread, and just drop it off here at the oil, because the oil is kind of the biggest, flattest area that we get, it might be the best solution here. Okay, well, let's go to vehicle real quick. Now this is only departures. So I can do something like that. And we can depart how many supplies? 1, 2, 3. In theory there, from that one location. Alright. Might have to keep this set up for the trains. I don't know if I want to. Let's see about upgrading terminals here. Can I get 4? No, it's not gonna let me. I'm gonna have to actually delete this and replace it. So let's do that first before anything else. So let's set up this large depot. Vehicles freight. So we do need to use the side one, and we'll upgrade this to 4 lines. Ideally, that's just kind of where it would best fit. Boom, something like that. All right. Gotta rework these real quick. So the biggest issue is I need to use this space probably to start sorting the trains, and then they have to all be separated by then. So let's go ahead and just make it straight for about $6,000 here. All right, and let's see if we can get a road across them, because the road's going to be important here. Could run the road out the backside though, but that would just be more travel time. So let's see if it wants me to even be able to do this. Okay, doesn't really want to fight me too much, so something like that is totally doable. Bend. And then we'll upgrade this road as well. Now these two, let's see what's the quickest route down here. That's the smoothest. Probably just a straight line through here. Something like that. Keep going straight. That's not right either. And just like that. Okay, that's okay. In there. So that'll get the iron there relatively quick, but I'd rather the coal have a different route down to here, to be honest, but that might be the best route right now. Alright, let's do all of our sorting here. So let's say that is the main line. Whew. So this is the tightest curve we can do here. And really, I'm fine with doing a pretty tight curve through these areas. You can see the separation of these two is not very friendly. Ah, I can get them to join up after all though. Just like that. Alright, let's do straight for a moment here. Something like that. And something like this. For that rail. Pull this over to here. Let's see if we can get these to just simply merge over like that. Alright, and then we can do this. Cool. Cool. That's a neat little section of track there. It looks rather proper. I spent so much money on this bridge, and here I am, just a few episodes later, destroying it all. We are overdue on a rework here, though. Like a really good rework. That's what I want out of this. So we'll get rid of these roads. So this iron and coal need to go here. And then from here, straight over to this factory. And back. So we're almost always going to have a train going like this. Across these mountains. And I think that'll be the busier route for a while, so we'll prioritize that. And we might have to do a special junction just for them. That's separate than maybe the main line itself here, so let's flatten some of this out. Well, I'm fine with keeping some scarring because that kind of tells a story, like this old turn used to be here or something like that. So the question then becomes, how does, man, this is a long setup here. So we have that. Down to here. Let's get this station then. Now this station should just be, no, it's a receiving, so it's a 2-platform station. All right. So we can do that. So 2 platforms. So just like that. Flatten out this terrain here. And I might add a depot along this road. Could be cool. Because really we need more depots. Alright. Smooth this out a bit. Depot acquired. I'm gonna have to rework this road that we spent our early days designing a highway. Boom, 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 boom. All the explosions. We designed a highway that is completely redundant. Alright, let's see. Let's get some key points in here. So first key point, that this straight needs to have extra room for merging, and then it needs to gain height really fast because we're going to be building a bridge here. So something like that. I like this bridge because it looks, you know, a little bit more industrial. Kind of standard iron here. Did I make that too tall? I feel like I kind of did. So hold on. Let's see if I can't get this to go. Come on. Up, up. Up. Boy, that's a really tall bridge. Can I get to just bend down a little bit for me? Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Change the bridge type, and we need to rotate it kind of like that. Bring that up. Alright, and to here. So only the iron train is going to be running on this bridge. Just to be a little bit smoother. Bridges in this game tend to be a little lumpy. It's hard to get a nice smooth transition the whole way across. I like that. That's a little bit better, but you can see it kind of dips in the middle there a bit. But that's fine. So we have that going that way. And the other two, this is going to be interesting. I'm just curious here. Yeah, didn't think so. Now the other one will have to kind of wiggle its way down like this to go that way. And that's fine, that works. But if we have goods coming from up here that need to go here, then they might need to bridge off this way and come across and merge. Oh boy, that might be a little harder. First things first, let's get this curve set up so we can get them start kind of going off on their own. And this bugs me that this isn't a smooth curve either. It's a little lumpy. So we'll go to about there, kind of together, and then basically start splitting apart here. Like that. And then we need to gain height and turn to the right. That. So, height. Okay. All right, let's see. Maybe I should create the junction here first. Might not have enough room because of this road, though. No. Ooh, wow. Can't get high enough at all for that. So, bridges, I'm gonna try this. The ramps are fine, but I think it really just went too high. I don't know, it's really forcing it to go that high. That's a little odd. I guess I'm fine with it. Cool. Oh boy. This is getting way more complicated than I think I've ever imagined it doing so. So that goes that way. Let's see about this way. It does look really cool though. Like if you worked at this mine, you just saw trains going across bridges all day. That would be neat. Real neat. I need to bring this over a little bit more because I'd want a third, right? No. All right. Well, let's get the train through the mountains first for the iron. I mean, it's kind of why we're here. Good. And we just simply curve it down to here. And you'll notice that a little bit of a bridge is going to be built. Or we can keep it land the whole way. I like the little bridge. Gives it some character. Okay, and snap right to there. Okay. And let's see if we can't get our crossings. Too much slope, no. Afraid of that. Okay. Let's try here and here. I might just have to slow down the train a lot. That's fine. All right. So we got those set up. Just fine. Can I rebuild this road is the question. Without it losing its mind. Not really. So I may have to kind of do this. No? Let's try that straight piece. A little weird. And it might just be for my benefit to just move the highway up. Just let it go through one of these naturally. Let's try that. It's just a little wide, ain't it? Can I fit a normal one through? I can. Collision, collision, collision. This is tough. Sure is tough deciding on a solution here, so let's just do that. Oh my god, the unevenness of it all. Okay. That should be fine. It's a little weird. A little weird, but it should function. And then that means we can go ahead and upgrade this. Ooh. How are we gonna get it underneath this bridge? We might have to move this junction over completely. Say just run it straight through like that. And then run it up to here. No. Okay. Let's try that and then to there. Really, game. Killing me. These pillars are much closer together than they probably should. I'm used to seeing here. Oh boy, that was way more difficult than it needed to be. Okay, so that kind of works. All right, now what's it complaining about? Yes, Sandhurst Bread Shuttle. You overrated route you. Okay. Tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. I know this episode's already gone on for about 50 minutes. I'm just gonna finish this up and cut to it because I want to get this at least laid out this episode, and the next episode we can see if it works. So here we go. Boy, this sure made a mess of things. It took a long while to try and straighten this out and try and get it at least looking like it will work. I haven't set up the signals or anything like that, or set up the road vehicles, or really mess with the train lines in any way, but currently this is the major interchange between the Riverside Depot and all of its routes going either across the river or back up north through the plains, or maybe even going to the iron steel mill there. So here are the three bridges that kind of split a lot of this rail line up and organizes it into each different direction. I decided to keep the 4-track system pretty much all the way through. I'm gonna expect heavy train traffic through here. So any way to sort them out and hopefully avoid each other as much as possible, I think is gonna be a big help to get this through here. I kind of wanted to add another divide, but that's fine. I'll worry about that later as we try and get this worked out. The road systems are laid to the coal and iron mine, so those should start functioning next episode. I made a tunnel rather than running it perfectly parallel to this track. It looked a little too artificial and didn't really cope with the landscape as much as I thought it would. And then over here, I reworked the old wooden bridge that was a single train function still into a new modern steel bridge. I deleted the wooden one and actually kept some of the track remnants here, just as maybe they didn't want to take out all the track. Maybe it was too expensive to do that. They just demolished the bridge and shifted the new one over. Sometimes they'll even leave old bridges up because it's really expensive to clean them. So that's interesting. I might have to rework this whole interchange at some point as well, because currently there's a lot of single tracking going on. But as traffic picks up between these rails, that's probably a goal for the future. So next episode, we are going to try and get all of this functioning. It'll be a doozy to see if we can get it to do so. So if you guys are enjoying the content here on the channel, definitely leave a like, leave a comment down below if there's any ideas and suggestions as we keep expanding our empire here. Money is basically a non-issue at this point, so I might start upgrading to high-speed rail, see how quick we can get these trains running. And yeah, with that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.